Alright, so welcome back to this channel. Alright, so today I'll be doing a weekly forecast. Right, moving ahead, we have CPI next week, and for this week we actually have a weekly fair value gap right here. Okay, this week closed within this candle here, which means we're probably gonna have a large range week next week. Okay, I mean, let's make it sound clearer. We will have a large range candle for next week, okay, because this week's candle is a inside candle, okay, which means the total range of this week is within the range of the previous week. Right, pretty clear. So I want to see if price can reach into this fair value gap before rallying higher, okay, before pricing higher. Right, so what do we have within this fair value gap right here? Okay, we have the daily BC, right? We have the daily fair value gap right here, and we have this balanced price range as well within the fair value gap, and we have this small little daily fair value gap, right, formed by the candle taking out this high right here. Okay, so I'm leaning towards a bullishness, and I see something like, let me just remove this. I see something like this. Price is going to trade down and it's going to reverse very strongly. Alright, that is what I'm anticipating for next week. Okay, the Sunday open would probably give us the direction, but I think this is the most I mean, like, this is the setup that I will lean towards more. Okay, it can spool down into this daily fair value gap right here, so it can reach into this area and then go higher. Okay, so this, I think, should be a strong reaction point right here. Right, so I'll be looking closely at this weekly fair value gap. Okay, I think I'll probably note that down. It's easier that way with, as compared to the rectangles. Okay, let's do purple weekly BC, middle right, and we have this balanced price range. Okay, so the daily levels, I would not mark it down here. Right, I want my chart to be as clean as possible. So heading down, because I have more annotations on the lower time frames for reference. Okay, so heading down into the 6-hour chart, price is coming back up into this CB right here. Okay, so if price is gonna take out this liquidity here, I want to see a strong 6-hour closure below this CB on Sunday's open to Monday's midnight. Okay, so this candle right here, the next candle that forms, I want it to displace lower for the 6 hours. I mean, on the 6 hours time frame. Okay, because we're in this area and we're close within this area, so the next candle I want to see a strong displacement lower to confirm my bias. Okay, my bias of us tapping into that weekly BC before reversing higher. Okay, that's what I want to see. On the 4 hours, same thing here. We are inside this CB right here, so any move, on next 4 hours, I would also love to see a strong displacement lower and at least a minimum closure below this CB right here. Okay, and then I think we are heading into this area and possibly back into this new week opening gap. All right, on that hourly chart, what I would like to see is price capped up here. I want to see price being capped up here. This is the 1 hour breaker. Okay, 1 hour breaker. So when price reached into this breaker, I'm expecting a strong retracement lower. All right, into that weekly BC. Okay, I want to see this tapped. Okay, heading into next week, and at the same time we have CPI, so anything's possible, right? We may not return into this weekly BC, but I would love to see that happen, right? And I would like to observe for a strong reaction of this weekly BC. Okay, the weekly levels are usually the strongest, so I'm quite looking forward to that. All right, and I think not much is needed to elaborate on the lower time frames. Okay, because we already have a setup on the higher time frames. All right, however, if this is to remain super bullish and that we do not tap into this BC right here, the weekly BC, then I would not like to see this low taken out. Okay, the low that was created on non-farm payrolls, I would like to see this low hold. All right, because it has already took out the sell sides here, and before that it has took out the sell sides here, so there is no reason for price to come back down to take the sell side once more. Okay, right here we do have a inefficiency, right? And if, okay, let's say if price decides to come back down to take out this sell stops, I think the most probable reaction would be we're gonna be bearish and price is gonna close below this inefficiency right here, and then we can see price run into this weekly level here. Very clear. Okay, so on a daily, where do our fair value gap resides? Right here. Let's do it in green. Let's take a look at the lower time frames. Okay, it's right below that, a new week opening gap, and it's also a relative equal low down here. Okay, so I'm gonna mark it red. Equal lows plus daily BC. Okay, I'm expecting a turtle soup right here, but we shall see. If price is to remain bullish, then I think this would be more than enough. Okay, this area here, I'm gonna highlight it here as well. Low 4121, 4121.5. Okay, and we're gonna move the calendar remove the calendar first. Monday midnight. Alright, and I'm gonna extend this here. Okay, so right now I hope everything is clear. Right, these are the levels that I'll be looking at, mainly the weekly level. Okay, weekly and daily level. The rest are just for entries and targets and whatnot. All right. So heading over to the dollar. Okay, for the dollar weekly chart, daily chart, right. So as you can see, price is closing above this volume imbalance right here. It could want to come back here, take out this stops here into this inefficiency before breaking lower. Okay, that is what I'm anticipating right now for dollar. And euro dollar. Okay, nothing much, but just to make sure, just to let you know that we do have a SMT right now. GBP USD. Alright, so it's pretty clear here, the highs and this swing lows down here. Okay, so let's take a look at NASDAQ, SMT as well, with between the indices. In here. Right, so I think that's it for today, for this video. I think I've covered almost everything. Next week's open would be one of the more important ones, right? Because it's the second week of the month, so I'll be noting that down as well. Okay, and with this I'm gonna close it here. Alright, and see you in the next video, and happy trading.